Okay, just wanted to do this quick tutorial on the best equipment setup when we're doing a read through for a script so that I can isolate everybody's voice and provide rehearsal tracks. That's how I memorize my lines. So the most optimal way to set up is to have a laptop or a desktop, and then the newer computers will have one jack for both microphone and headphone. It detects it automatically. And I'm talking PCs, Window. I'm not a Mac guy. So you see what I'm wearing now. So it's a combination headphone and microphone. Okay, so it's built in, but it's one jack, and I'll show you right here. You see, it's one jack for both a microphone and the headphone, and it detects it. And obviously, based on whatever. And then, but my all the laptops, which I'll show you here, has one for microphone and one for the headphone. Okay. The main thing is that you have a headphone and that the volume is loud enough where you can hear the other actors do their lines to give you your cues, but low enough where it's not going to bleed out. So meaning the volume is not going to come out of the headphones and back into the microphone, because if it does, that's where it becomes a problem. If it stays here, then that's a good chance where I'll only hear your voice and I can isolate your voice and create your practice tracks a lot faster. Of course, if it's mixed in with other voices, it's hard. It's really almost impossible to separate. So this is the optimal setup. The next best one would be, like I said, older laptops, where the mic you have a separate microphone from the headphone. But the headphone's the key thing. You have to have that headphone. And again, the volume has got to be high enough where you can hear it, but low enough where it's not bleeding. It's not coming out and being picked up by the microphone. The microphone could be either, like I said, if there's a separate jack for the microphone, then plug it in there if it's external. And then a lot of laptops have built-in microphones right on the laptop itself or the computer. And that's fine. Like I said, as long as it could pick you up. Um, but the main thing is the headphone. Okay, and actually, even I think this works mostly with older computers that had one jack, and this is a separate little adapter that takes goes from that one jack and splits it into microphone and headphone. But you probably don't have to deal with this, but that's another option if you have a computer that has that type of jack, which I'll show you on this one. See, this one has one jack, but it's meant to be used both as a headphone and a microphone and a headphone. So that's the most optimal way. The next best thing, again, it comes down to the headphone. Next best thing is to use the phone. Okay, so you can log in when I send you the link, and you're gonna log in here, and you're gonna record from here. So you got one of two options. The earbuds they sell now, I mean, obviously people use them all the time when they're having conversations hands free. It's both a headphone or an earphone and a microphone because it's obviously picking up your conversation. As long as, again, and I don't think it will. I've never tried it. I can't tell you for sure because I've never tested it. I'm assuming that the sound going into ear is not going to be picked up by the microphone. If that's the case, that's perfect because again, that's what we're trying to achieve, where you can hear it, but it's not bleeding into the microphone. So either an earbud where it has both, or you use the microphone from here, but have again a headphone you can just plug in. Again, every phone's different, every plug's different. Like for mine, the newer Galaxy. Well, when I say newer, the newer one is the S25. This is the S21. But before the S21, they Samsung had a separate headphone jack, the regular headphone jacks, with that, with the 1/8 or 3.5 millimeter adapter, the normal jack that you would plug into most laptops. Um, my older phone had that separate from the charger. Well, now they decided to combine it. So the charger port, okay, is also for headphones. But now you need, because I'm not going to go ahead and buy a headphone with that little connection. So they sell this that goes from the new connection, which is universal USB, to the jack. So I could plug my the regular. I don't have to throw out my old headphones. So I plug it in there and then plug the headphone, and I'm good to go. Again, the biggest thing is the headphone to make sure that what you're talking when you're talking. Oh, more not so much you're talking when you're listening, when you're getting sound from the other actors going into your headphone, it's not bleeding into the microphone. So don't hold it too close to the thing, but good a good safe distance. So that's it. That's a few setups, and then once we record, then I can since everybody's recording, which is even safer. So one time I did a table read, and since we're next to each other, it's almost impossible not to pick up each other's voices, and that made my job a lot harder. But when we're remote, like in this, from now on, that's how I'm going to do it, which actually saves time. You can do it right from your house. You don't have to come. We don't have to meet at the Avalon Clubhouse or the Lions Club to do this. Um, it's better if we don't. This way, we're not picking up each other's voice by being next to each other. And if we take do the setup as I explained it, it should come out perfect, and then I can easily export everybody's individual tracks, and then send you your practice track. Okay. Hope that helps.